Okay, then we're gonna get started with the meeting. It is 5:02 or something like that. We'll get 5:01. We'll get started. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Guess I'm gonna take roll, right?
Yes, roll call. Sandra Cavazos Ayala.
Present.
Rosa Maria de Llano.
Present.
Roberto Ortiz.
Present.
Esmeralda Rodriguez.
Present.
Angelica Salinas.
Rita.
Present. Okay. Etelvina Perez.
Etelvina Perez.
Absent. Rosnio Villarreal.
Present.
Present. And we have Mario Lopez, appointee from Melissa Cigarroa.
All right, okay, then we'll, citizens' comments, at this time, we don't see any, correct?
No,
No
not so
citizens'
far.
comments? All right, and then we have our minutes for reading and approval of the minutes. I think this is, yeah, Mrs. Salinas might have.
Dropped it, I think I dropped.
Even though she is running
Out
out
there? She was trying to get to the
Yeah, she was there right now.
Yeah, but without a, yeah, she's gonna get her camera on.
Yes, she was gonna try to get the cameras. Did you work today?
Yeah, but I got, right here, there's so much traffic.
We're just reviewing the minutes, but just so that you know.
Let's see.
Oh, jeez. Has everybody had an opportunity to go through the minutes?
Yes, and I move that they be approved as read.
I second.
We have a motion, we have a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Ayes have it, and we have accepted the minutes as they were written, thank you. We'll move on to the communications and announcements.
Just the introduction of Mr. Mario Lopez, the new member, committee member. And I don't know if you wanted to say something.
Sure, Mr. Lopez, hello, welcome to the Library Advisory Committee.
Thank you.
All right, so I don't know if you want to just
Yes,
say a
of
few
course.
words, introduce yourself.
Yes, of course. My name is Mario Lopez. I'm a senior at Texas A&M International University. I'm going to graduate in May with a Bachelor's of Arts with majors in Communications and Spanish. And after graduation, I plan to, do my master's in Communications, and I am looking forward to working with all of you wonderful people to make the public library system innovative.
Awesome.
Do you want to
Welcome.
introduce yourself?
Welcome.
Yes,
Yeah, we can introduce ourselves just so you'll know who we are.
okay.
We can start over here.
Okay, I'm Sandra Cavazos Ayala. I've been a long-time member of this committee. I think probably going on 19 years or so. Advocate of early literacy, you name it, children, and so on and so forth. I'm a retired educator and just love reading and books. So thank you for joining us.
No, thank you.
You want to continue, Ms. Perez?
My name is Ms. Perez, Ethel Perez, and I'm a retired educator too.
Mhm.
And this is my first term for Vanessa Perez.
Mhm.
And I love to read. I've been a nerd, book reader all my life. And I'm still working, I'm still subbing.
I'm Rose Villarreal, also a retired teacher and librarian, and this is my second year, but still my first term for District 4.
Mrs. Rodriguez, do you want to say a few words to Mr. Lopez?
Good afternoon. My name is Esmeralda Rodriguez. This is my second term. I'm not a retired librarian. I'm a former librarian, not retired yet, for 18 years, and now I'm a site facilitator at Grace Elementary with federal programs. And I taught for like 12 years or so. So lots of wonderful experience with our kiddos, and looking forward to continuing with this committee. And welcome.
Thank you.
Ms. Dayano, do you want to say a few words?
Yes, Mr. Lopez, welcome to our not organization, to our group. And yes, I was a teacher for 49 years, 39 at the high school, and 10 more part-time at the university. Long time. I've been retired since 2017, and I've been here, I think 3 terms, 6 years. I started with George Algett, now with Ruben Gutierrez in a different district, but still the same. And welcome, and I love books. That's my passion. So I'm very happy to be here with the library, and I hope you will too.
Thank you.
And finally, Ms. Salinas, I don't know if you feel comfortable, because I know you're driving. Her mic's off.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi. Well, first of all, thank you for keeping me company. I'm alone in the car, so I'm listening to you. Welcome, Mr. Lopez, to our wonderful committee. I am a representative for District 1. I don't remember. I think this is my 4th term in the advisory board. I totally love it. I'm also a retired school teacher and school librarian for 2 years. So I hope to be there next time. Welcome to the committee.
Thank you.
And thank you for keeping me company, guys.
Your trip will be shorter this way.
Yes, be careful.
She's out here going.
Mr. Lopez, I'm Bob Ortiz. I don't know what year this is, to be honest with you. It's been a while. Actually, I represent the same district I think that you do, so I don't know if there's going to be something we got to do now, right? Because wasn't I from that district as well?
Oh yeah, you represent Alisa Cigarro.
He's from Melissa.
Melissa, never mind. I got confused with the cigarro.
It's the same.
All right.
Different one.
Yeah, okay, well, I've been here for a while.
Melissa.
Melissa.
I'm Melissa.
Melissa Cigarro. So I've been here for a while. I'm a current principal of Guadalupe Elementary School here in with United ISD. This is my 30th year in education, and I worked actually. Mrs. Ayala over there gave me a job. She was my first principal. So yeah, so you'll see we're all a bunch of educators and a bunch of nerds, but we all have a vested interest in closing the gap of communication and of accessibility of all the resources for our community, and understanding that 1/3 of our community is below the poverty line. So libraries play an incredibly important role. Public libraries and services that they provide. And that should never leave our minds with any things when it comes to the accessibility of our libraries and the programs that we have. So welcome aboard, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you. I look forward and working with all of you and learning from you guys.
Absolutely, and I'm sure you got a host of great ideas. You're young and into all the stuff that we probably forgot a long time ago or never learned.
Especially technology.
Yes.
like to make an announcement, and it's funny that Bob says that we're all nerds, but for a good cause, right? I
Yes.
think we are for a good cause. And like I mentioned, all of you all mentioned, I think at one point or another when you were introducing yourselves, that you all love books and you love reading. And that's why we're here. We're here because of our passion for reading. Bob and I in administration and some librarians as well, Esmeralda and everybody that works at some point or works at some point with children. And so I'd like to make an announcement that I finally published my first children's book.
Oh, wow, congratulations.
And,
Nice.
I'm so excited.
That is so cool.
And it's a bilingual, bicultural book. And the title is How Isabella Loves Her Mommy. Así es como Isabella ama a su mamá. It was a long process, let me tell you, and there was a lot of people that went along with me through the process. And one of them was Rosnell and her husband. They did the first round of editing the English part. Because if you see, if you get the book, you see that at the top it's in English and at the bottom is the Spanish. And sometimes a whole page is in English and then a whole page is in Spanish. And Esmeralda also played a part. I remember at the very part, Ms. Rodriguez, remember it was just the conception of it, and I asked her, hey, you want to read this and see what you think? And she gave me a very good idea. And she said, I think that the mom should tell her little girl that shows how much she loves her. Because just in a quick nutshell, the story is about a little girl by the name of Isabella. And one day Isabella is determined that she's going to show her mom how much she loves her. As you all well know, we love our children unconditionally, and we know that they love us unconditionally. They don't have to show us. But one day, Isabella is determined that she's going to show her mom. So from the moment she wakes up to the moment she goes to bed, Isabella does all these things on her own. She shows her mom love and affection. That, to me, is showing a good parent-child relationship. A lot of that is just like losing some of it along the way. But going back, and so Esmeralda told me, I think that the mom should say, wow, this shows how much she loves me. And I said, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. So Esmeralda, just so you know, because I took a lot of the suggestions very seriously, and I thought, they were important. There is a page here where mom actually is thinking, wow, this really shows how much she loves me, and in Spanish. Esto enseña lo mucho que me quiere. And so, thank you for that, Esmeralda. You remember, right? You're smiling. You remember that moment. And so, and
Absolutely, I'm so excited.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And Rosnell as well. We sat at Starbucks one day, and we went over some of the little things that she was suggesting, and wow, and it was a long process. And then I went through a second round of editing and a third round, and I had to pay somebody from Mexico to edit the Spanish, because we think we know the Spanish. We're Rosa Maria, right? We don't. We don't. We learned a lot. I learned so much, guys, in this process. And my main goal is to help promote this parent-child relationship, or as many parents as possible. There's so many young parents nowadays that, nobody taught us how to be parents. And but the more that we hear about love, about affection, about respect, and how this can be such a wonderful experience, I think if I can reach one or two, that would be amazing. So I just wanted to share that. The book it's on sale for $20. And I will be having here's about the author in the back. I will be having Meet the Author on April the 20th here at the library from 2 to 4. I know it's not in this month's packet, but it'll probably be in the April packet, right? Because it's April 20th. Yes, Nikki's working on doing a little flyer for that. So, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to say something that what I got from Sandra's book is like It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. You don't have to go out and buy things. You don't have to give gifts. It's the everyday courtesy, the everyday making your bed, putting away your clothes, doing your homework, not complaining about getting up to go to school. It's the little things, the little courtesies, the little kindnesses, that is the most important. You know, because sometimes you think, well, if I can't do a big thing, then I won't bother. No. That's what I still remember, that the little things really matter a lot. Thank you for teaching us that.
Yes, and that's what came into, I prayed about it, you know, I received a call from a mother that, you know, she doesn't, we don't have to say her name, but she was like really concerned. And not only from her, I see it at the school, you see it, these kids get here to school, get there late. And when I substitute sometimes, I go out and ask the parent, what happened now? Why are they coming so late? And so often do I hear, I'm having so much trouble. They don't want to get up in the morning. They don't want to get dressed. They take forever eating their breakfast. And then, so here we are getting to school at 8 o'clock in the morning. Why? And they have 1, 2, 3 kids. It's a very difficult situation. So I thought, how can I turn this negative situation into something positive? Well, through Isabella, the character that I created, and there's only 2 characters, Isabella and her mommy. And throughout, and school is part of it, going home after school is part of it, and they're having, she asked for a bean and cheese taco for breakfast, and then she enjoys eating her chicken envueltos that her mother packed for lunch, which we see a lot of good food, and then for dinner they're enjoying a tasty fideo soup. So there, I'm bringing in some of our culture and some of the things that parents can do. So I'm hoping that that's what I can do to promote this early literacy, because it's like for kinder, first, second, up to 3rd grade. I had a 3rd grader read it and she read it perfectly well without any frustration or anything like that. I remember the frustrational levels, right, Robert? The teaching level, the semi-frustration, and the non-frustration. That means that they can read it on their own. So it's about at the 3rd grade level. And then I'm hoping also that maybe I get invited from schools to go read. I'd love to read at my former school where I was the principal.
Mother has to be the first one.
And I already told me that. And so I would love to also do some parent sessions so that through the book I can, you know, show parents how they can have this type of relationship. It's not easy, but it's possible.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Very, that's
Thank you.
awesome. That's great news.
Yeah.
Good news. Congratulations, man. That's a lot to take.
Congratulations, Sandra. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Sandra.
Thank you.
Wonderful
Super
work.
exciting,
So-
great news. Thank you
Yes.
for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
We'll be there on April 20th.
God
To
willing.
support you.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
April 20th. Okay. All right.
Can I?
Yes, of course.
Two items here. This past week, the library unit,
Mo-
Oh, the
Mo-
mobile unit?
went to
Muller.
Muller.
Good.
Went to Muller. Mrs. Munoz, the librarian, I didn't get to talk to her today because we were testing, but it seems like they were very happy and they would like for it to return back to the school because it was only for 1 class out of each grade level. So they need to come back and stay longer and have more students. And I asked some of them, I said, because the class that I was subbing was the class that went, and they were very happy. Oh, I wanted to come back. I wanted to go in there again, and they gave me information that the mobile unit was an old vehicle that was 20-some years old. It needed to be repaired or something, but it's moving and it's going to different places. I said, yeah, okay, good information, and about books, and so I'm hoping that it'll return to Muller. And another event that occurred, it was in the paper, Mr. Tennis of Laredo, George Papas.
Oh,
They had
yes.
several of these, so I picked one up to leave here for the
Oh,
library.
that's great.
And it's the naming of the tennis market.
Yes.
Market tennis
Market,
market.
yeah, tennis market.
Cool.
They gave these out at the luncheon?
There at the dedication.
At the dedication, oh.
At the courts, yeah.
That's
And then the
nice.
luncheon, no, they didn't have a luncheon, but they had it.
That's awesome.
Donation to
the library.
Yes,
Why?
but we'll put it upstairs,
That's right.
in the historical.
Any other items for communication or announcements, anything? All right, staff reports. Library director's update.
You have in your packet the checklists. One of the announcements is that, the city is getting a new vendor or contractor for elevators and escalators. So hopefully the issues that we've had for a while here and at Moss will soon get resolved.
For your backup, for your backup. And where's the other one? At Moss.
Moss, they have 2 elevators.
Is she talking?
No, she's on YouTube.
Done.
There are a lot of water damage.
From the last storms, and some of them aren't so bad, but we're going, library to
Right.
library to get them resolved,
Yeah.
not all at once.
Okay.
Any comments on the update, on the library director's update from anybody?
No.
Okay. We'll go on over to the recent and upcoming library programs and services.
And you also have in your packet all the flyers for the upcoming events for all the branches. Included is a planning worksheet that one of my librarians put together for the Silent Book Club. She called other libraries, it's going on there. There's even a Silent Book Club that has chapters globally. So maybe sometime in the future, maybe if it really hits, then we might consider that. But she's gonna have her first one April 6th.
What is that called?
The Silent Book Club.
Silent, yes. I remember.
And the itinerary is, like refreshments, little socializing, then everybody read your book.
That's nice.
Yeah, because that way you don't have to, they don't have to go out and buy a book.
Right.
Whatever you're reading, bring it. And like I said, before or after, you wanna socialize, fine, you just want a quiet place to read, you can do that. You can make new friends that have something in common. You can discuss part of your book, you can recommend.
It's a good 45 minutes for quiet reading.
Yes,
eh?
and what day is that, excuse?
April 6th.
And that's a Saturday?
I believe so. She wants to do it on a Saturday. Hopefully more people will come.
But it'll be over here, at this area.
I don't know. She wants it in here, and we've had book clubs here.
Here, okay.
Yes, but we'll see where we can
You're
find
not,
it.
you're not gonna have it over there because you still have the taxes
The-
going on, right?
Mhm. Oh, no, yes, the taxes are still.
It's almost like a deer time.
Yes,
Yeah.
I remember
Yes,
that. Drop
uh-huh.
everything and read.
Yes, we had it, remember?
Yeah, sure do.
Let's do deer time, and they still try to, but they call it something else, they call it now, what do y'all call it in the morning? Is it deer time? No, it's,
No, we do
the-
AR.
AR, yeah,
AR, yeah.
AR time, yeah.
That's pretty much what we do
Right.
now.
Yes, yeah.
Mhm.
This is her game plan, and then Nikki's gonna work on a flyer for it.
That's awesome.
A lot of times people say, I don't have time to read if I'm at home. I get all the interruptions and this and that and the other. Or I'm thinking of doing chores and, I don't concentrate. And this way you can. And once they're here in the library, perhaps they will check out books, check out the programs, the different areas, and can ask questions if they have to. So that'd be perfect.
And I like the fact that they have that opportunity to share with each other a little bit and give
After.
recommendations and
Yes,
stuff.
the socializing time, yeah.
Excellent. I'll be here.
You'll be the charter president.
It's a Saturday, right?
When we get the flyer.
Oh, yeah.
we can do it.
Oh, that's also the week of the young child, that's when it starts.
That's been 10 years for the Fasting branch.
Yes, and soon afterwards, it's gonna be the Moss 10 years also. We got opened
Wow.
a few months apart.
How was that, a year?
Wow. So we've been there 10 years.
Dr. King was on the radio yesterday talking about, or discussing a possible, branch in the northeast side, I believe.
Well, it's about time.
Yes, it is. He's doing a lot, Dr. King.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Any other comments or anything on the recent and upcoming library programs or certain services? Questions or anything?
No, I was upstairs checking out books, and the knitting club was having a wonderful time.
Oh, they are.
I can
They're
vouch
not
for the
quiet.
success of that
They're
program.
not a crying
Yeah, grand time
They love it.
talking about their.
It's not just the knitting, it's the socializing,
It's a
getting
social
out of the
blessing,
house.
yes, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
All
Very
right.
much appreciated.
I guess we can look over at the monthly statistics.
We have the actual spreadsheets of every single one, and then the graphic.
That's fine, but.
Right, yes.
I'm
And
sorry.
some water?
Yeah, the wind.
Yeah.
I did it
Allergies,
today. I
yeah.
just started again. I was fine yesterday, but now I'm
The
back.
wind is, yeah, I say the pollen has been the highest and everything's high.
I was wondering like if maybe, maybe on an annual basis, I guess beginning around January, if amongst our monthly statistics, if we can include perhaps how much, like how many, tax returns maybe have been done?
Yes, I always bring that to you
Okay.
at the end of the season. I don't pull those, we get them from the IRS.
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Yes, I do, I will present that to you probably a few weeks after April 15th.
Okay.
Cause even then, there's still some coming in.
Yeah, I'm sure, sure.
It's been packed on Saturdays and,
Yeah.
the Mondays and Wednesdays.
That's good.
We do get a good amount. They're here until at least 1 or 2 sometimes.
Taking advantage of the services, it's good.
There's a line in the morning.
Yeah, I have a friend who works with the Vital program here in the library, and he says that, you know, sometimes they come in very late, let's say it ends at 12, and they'll come in at 11:45 or 10 to 12, and,
There's
you
still
know,
10 people in
they're
front of
running
them.
behind a little bit with the things, and so they have to explain, you know, we won't be able to finish, and
Right.
we have to close, so that's the problem, they need to be, you know, here a little bit
And,
earlier.
and they are,
than
when we
12
open the
when it
doors,
closes,
there's
yes.
a line coming in.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
And we're only limited by the number of volunteers and
Exactly,
there's
yeah.
not
It's
that
not
they are
many.
swamped, yeah.
During the week, not as many. I believe they have about 12 to 15 during the weekend that come at different hours, so
Yeah, but
hopefully
it's-
they move a little quicker.
they are busy and, you know, it backs up, you know, it's time to close and people are still waiting in line, that's a little bit of a problem.
Is there a large demand? There's 132 passports processed.
Usually when it comes closer to summer,
Summer.
we get a lot.
Vacation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is taking a little longer than it used to be.
Like what's that like, how
8
long?
to 10, maybe
8
sometimes.
to 10 weeks?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's if everything goes right and,
Yeah.
you know, your picture is accepted and everything, all the information. Mhm.
Wow.
Yes, back then, yes. But then
I
what,
missed it, what was the time frame?
about 8 to 10 weeks, maybe even longer sometimes. I think the pandemic really set them back because they completely stopped doing.
Right.
we
And-
stopped for about a year, we were not
And
processing.
they let a lot of people go, and so they're having trouble rehiring the specialists back. And then nobody traveled, and all of a sudden, everybody wanted to travel, so that, you know, there's a long waiting line, but it happened in many, many places, and they let people go, and then they couldn't rehire them, you know, in the proper frame of time, yeah. So, I would suggest that anybody can, you know, go ahead and pay for the expedited service, and it's a little bit faster, but,
Oh, yeah.
so, it does work, yeah. Great action.
I'm just curious, Ms. Solis, out of looking at the total, like volumes or all of it, how does it rank, or is there, I mean, I'm sure you belong to associations or something, or there's data systems that compares our library system in Laredo maybe to cities of a similar size?
There are statistics available online, and they get that from our annual report. All public libraries fill that out. So it's cumbersome, it's got a lot of, it's a big spreadsheet, but you tell me what you want to compare
Well, I just want to see like how do we
compared to others.
right, like is like, are we under or are we over, are we right on line, you know, just the cities of our size, how is that? Because I remember during the, way back when, I guess it was that recession of 08 or something, and we were closing a lot of libraries everywhere, and we weren't.
No, we were opening.
We were opening a couple, which is, wow, which is phenomenal. But I just wonder, like, not just our size, but maybe even,
Well, there are cities that we compare ourselves to, the city does.
what kind of city, do you know, like off the top of your head, which ones?
San Antonio, McAllen, Corpus Christi, Hepburnsville, and El Paso. I think we compare ourselves. There's, I think, like 5 that we look at them and see how we're doing in comparison to them.
McAllen, no?
See, McAllen.
El Paso's very big, Ms. Solis, so we compare to that one?
That's the one we usually compare, for example, salaries and
Oh,
other things,
okay.
yes,
They like see what they're doing and see how we're doing and what's the, if there's a significant difference.
But we
between
can
one
certainly compare to size.
Yeah, just to see how where we are with that, you know, just as a curiosity, really. Because I was reading how, you know, our city compares in other areas, of course. A Wallet Hub, I think, is the one that didn't that come out in the paper
We
the
either
other
love
day?
that one or we hate it.
Yes, it's either, yes, and where we were the least diverse city of all 300
Well,
largest community, like, well, yeah,
No,
makes
we're right
sense.
on the border.
Come see where we're at, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that's something that, just to see how, because I think our library system is a selling point for Laredo. I think it really is. I think our Parks and Rec really is kind of a selling point as well. Just out of curiosity,
It's
like.
quality of life.
Right, because I know we have, one of the ways people come here is from our sporting events, for example.
Yes.
You know, they come for our sporting events, these tournaments that they have, swim meets, the USD had a swim meet, they
Baseball,
hosted, yeah, it was like 20 some different teams from all over the place. And a lot of the times they're surprised at what they see. Because they see one image on the news, and all they see
The
is,
negative,
the crossings and what have you.
Yeah.
But they don't see anything else, right? And so that's just that, through that lens, that's a perspective that people have outside of Laredo. So, and it's a disservice. So I just wanted to see maybe in one way how our libraries compare. That's all.
We can certainly do that.
Okay.
If not by next month, the following.
Sure, no problem. Not a rush. Anybody else have a comment or a question on the monthly statistics? Okay, items for discussion and possible action. I guess that maybe a comparison of our system to other systems in the state. Or I don't know if you go country. I don't even know if you do that. I don't think so, right?
No,
Like along the border or something. I don't know.
We don't do that.
And even, maybe even like the kind of services that other places
Mhm.
provide, you know, cause I mean, there's so many services provided here.
That I can tell you, that we're very similar to others,
Okay,
as far as the programming and all that.
right.
We go once a year to TLA. If we're not doing it, we'll try it out. We get a lot of ideas.
That's important. All right. Any other items for next time for discussion and possible action? All right, library advisory committee member absences? I don't think anybody was absent,
Oh,
right?
awesome.
Everybody was here.
Yeah, we're just missing one member that needs to be appointed.
Who's that? What members needs to be appointed still?
The District 2, Mr. Rangel.
Oh,
And I hear he's very busy trying to get
Oh,
appointed for.
yeah, he just
Yes.
got there, so.
Yes, he's just got there.
He just, yeah,
Our next meeting.
it's understandable.
Yes, yes, he did appoint some this last city council meeting, but there's a lot
A
more.
lot, yeah,
a
I'm
lot
sure he's
more.
overwhelmed, yeah.
March 27th is the next scheduled meeting. And that's the last Wednesday of the month.
All right.
Tomorrow is the
Ah,
leap
okay.
day, the leap year, once every
March
4
27th.
day, every 4 years, right? We can.
The teens are having a program, like, do whatever you want.
March
What are you gonna
29th.
do with your extra day?
March 29th.
February.
I mean, February 29th.
And don't forget, daytime daylight savings
When
on the
is it?
10th, the 10th, right?
Of March?
September
Of March, yes.
Oh, yeah, March the 10th, that's
Yeah.
right.
So
When
do
we
you
spring
know-
back,
Tomorrow's
spring forward.
program for
The
the
teens,
documents, no, for the documents, do you know how long it will take?
it's not gonna be more than an hour.
Okay.
Yes.
spring forward, so we spring forward 1 hour, right?
Yes.
Not fall back.
Yeah, we lose, we
We
lose.
lose 1 hour, yeah.
Fall,
Spring forward.
Yeah,
All right, any further motion to adjourn? Mr. Lopez moves. We have
I second it.
we have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. We are now adjourned
Yay.
at
See you next
5:44.
time.